Hi everyone, Anne-Marie here from Sifted Savannah Bakery, and today I'm going to show you how to make this spinning basketball cake. I have put a list of supplies in the description below and with some links to some of my favorite brands that I use. So let's get started. The first thing you'll see is the box that my dad made that the cake will actually sit on. This is inside the box, and we use 2x4 boards to mount the microwave motor to. You will then need to use an extension cord, and you're actually going to have to cut that extension cord, and you're going to have to use wire connectors to connect the microwave motor to your extension cord so you can plug it in and the microwave motor will be able to run. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a video of us connecting the extension cord to the microwave motor, but there are several YouTube videos of how to do this. All you need to do is search how to connect electrical wires together. What you see here is the top of my cake box, or the lid. This will be the part that the cake actually sits on. Underneath the lid, we attached a 1/4 inch pipe flange. The copper pipe will sit on this, and that actually takes all the weight off of your microwave motor. This is the lid of the cake box, and you see that my brass pipe, I called it a copper pipe earlier, but it's a brass pipe, is coming through, and it's sitting on that pipe flange that I was just talking about. I'm going to insert my threaded rod, and what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to drill a hole through the center of your threaded rod so it can fit over your microwave motor. And you see here that I am putting a pin through the threaded rod and the microwave motor. So you will need to drill 2 small holes on the side of your threaded rod so that pin can fit through there, and that's how you're going to attach that to the microwave motor. The next thing I did is we added a washer and then a nut, and then my bottom section of the styrofoam ball, and then I added another washer and another nut. Tighten those really tight because that's going to hold that in place. So the next thing I did was put a larger washer, and then you see that my dad's simulating you can put your cake board and then another large washer, and then you are going to tighten all that down with another nut. This will help take all the weight off of your threaded rod and off of that microwave motor. I'm protecting the top of my cake box with some press and seal, and now what I'm going to use is some aluminum tape, and I'm going to cover that brass rod to make it food safe. I found a picture on the internet that I wanted to use as my pattern, and I printed it out to the size and height that I wanted my cake to be. Now I am measuring the height of my wrist and arm, and I'm going to make that out of Rice Krispie treat. The recipe that I'm using is the one that you can find on the Rice Krispie treat website. It's really easy to make and it's easy to work with. Now that I checked to make sure it's the correct height, I'm going to use my pattern again to make sure the width is correct as well. And it's a little bit big, so I'm just trimming off some of the sides. Now I'm going to cover the Rice Krispie treat with modeling chocolate. This is Hot Hands modeling chocolate. It's white that I have tinted with some brown gel food coloring to create my skin tone. You will want to carve your Rice Krispie treats a little bit smaller than the width of your pattern to compensate for the thickness of the modeling chocolate when you wrap your Rice Krispie treats. I'm referring back to my pattern again so I know how much modeling chocolate I will need to make his hand. Now that I have the basic size and height and width, I'm going to start smoothing and blending everything together. And you see that I'm referring to my hand as far as the shape a lot as well. Roll out little sausages for your fingers. And now I'm going to attach that to my hand, and you see that I'm still referring to my hand as far as the shape and the size and the curvature of the fingers, making sure that it's correct. Continue adding the other 3 fingers, still referring to your own hand so it can look more realistic. Once you're happy with the size and shape of your hand, you'll want to smooth the modeling chocolate out with your fingers and a little bit of water. Now that I am happy with the shape of my hand, I've smoothed the modeling chocolate out with my fingers and water. I'm going to start adding the details. I'm just using a clay modeling tool that I picked up from Michael's craft store, and I'm just going to make the thumbnail because that's really the only fingernail that you're going to see, and then I'm going to make the wrinkles from where the knuckles are. I mixed some light brown and pink luster dust together, and I'm going to paint the knuckles and the creases just to give the hand a little bit more definition. Now it's time to level the cake and attach it to the styrofoam ball. I cover the hand with press and seal so I will not get ganache all over it. You see that I have put my cake board on, tightened it with a nut, and now I'm going to wrap the remaining threaded rod with aluminum foil tape. I am attaching everything with chocolate ganache, and now I'm building the rest of the ball. I am trimming the cake a little bit to make sure I have a nice round ball, and then I'm going to cover everything with chocolate ganache. I am using a plastic pocket folder that I have cut to smooth my ball. You can find these pocket folders at any school supply store, and I like using them because you can cut them to any size that you need, and I like how they are sturdy, but they still can bend to whatever shape that you're trying to smooth. I'm using Fondant fondant that I have tinted orange and a little bit of brown to cover the ball. And then I like attaching my fondant with a steamer. And then I'm actually going to use a zester to create the texture of the basketball that you will see later on in the video. Thanks for watching the tutorial. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on Facebook or Instagram. See you next time.